Yo, what's up? This is your host, Easthill Huey of the Slept On Podcast. I'd like to welcome you back. Ready? All right, bet. Yo, what's up? This is your host, Easthill Huey of the Slept On Podcast. I'd like to welcome you back. We still here, still rocking, man. Our last guest of the night is Seattle's own DZ. How are you, G?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, real quick, before we kick the show off,
Where do I look?
This is your close-up. This is what you see here on the screen, and this is me. You don't got to worry about that, but this is your close-up, gang. Real quick, audience, we know of some footage that surfaced. All right, this is old footage, but it's new to me today, so I did want to address it before we go ahead and run down the whole interview. There was some words floating around of some racial slurs that came from DZ, some racial whatever, epithets, whatever you want to call them. People were saying it wasn't cool, and that I should address it beforehand. So I just wanted to give you the platform to address the situation because we did speak beforehand.
We did.
So I just wanted to give you the platform to address the situation. We said we didn't want to draw any names into it, so we'll keep it at that. But we want to give you an opportunity to speak your piece on it.
It's all good. We'll just keep it real simple because it's a simple deal. A couple people that I was coming up with in Seattle, working with at the time, parted ways. Maybe, I don't know, they felt some way about my success. They felt a need to maybe try to sabotage my early career. I think the incident that you're talking about is 2009 to be exact. And, you know, different people over the years try to repost it or something to try to just continue to bring me down. Not sure what the personal vendetta is with, you know, these people or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? So at one point, or maybe I think multiple conversations with multiple people in heated arguments, and who does this anyways, recorded my conversation.
Right.
And went and pieced it together and cut their part out and made it seem like I'm talking about somebody who I'm not talking about, like you had brought something up about a girl.
Right.
That's my homegirl, and she sings on all my hooks.
Right.
And we came up together, and we don't got an issue at all. And so some of the things were confusing, you know what I'm saying, when I saw it back then too, but I just really just kept it pushing forward, and anybody who really knew me knew the truth, and that was a joke to them because I don't even really have any white friends.
Right.
And I came up around nothing but black people, you feel me? And I don't know, I never really dated white women. All my females been black, so even that person who did this, because it was multiple people, he called up after it was done and said, ha, I got you. I hope black people never fuck with you again. So I don't know, some type of weird sabotage to try to sabotage my early career, like I said. And for anybody who ever felt some type of way about it and doesn't directly know me, I'm sorry. I apologize that you would ever feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not true.
So DZ is not racist?
At all.
At all?
At all.
That's what we want to get to the bottom of, bro.
At all. Anybody who ever thought that it didn't know me.
Right.
You feel me? Because ever since I'm a youth, I came up with nothing but blacks.
And
like,
I had a question.
And somebody who's, and the truth always comes out over time, right?
Right.
And so if DZ was really racist, would he be able to be out everywhere in Seattle and things not happen? You feel me? Maybe somebody would want to do something to DZ over this type of stuff.
Right.
But I don't think anybody ever looked that serious into it. It never, I don't know, but maybe some people who didn't know me, they questioned it because they didn't know me. And the internet really promotes a lot of, you know what I'm saying, shit. And without you knowing that person or really looking into it, then you'll never know the truth. Maybe you went this whole entire time after seeing it. Well, you said it was new to you, but maybe somebody saw it in 2009 and this whole entire time they thought I was racist. But then do they ever think into it, though, and say, well, why does Messy Marv and Sebo and Corrupt and Rich the Factor and whoever, Huey, fuck with DZ if he's racist because they're black and he's a really, I don't know, I'm half Lebanese, so I'm not just like a regular white person, you feel me? And I'm not, and I'm just kind of like my own person, you feel me, at the end of the day anyways, and I'm misunderstood a lot of times, you feel me? Maybe white people don't like me because they think I'm some type of way, and maybe black people don't like me because they think I'm some type of way, you feel me? But I don't want to make this whole interview about some racial shit, and those people came at me on some racial shit, and there's nothing in there where I ever said the N-word. or anything. There's no real racism in those words that I was saying.
So what I wanted to point out and address is that what I did her. First thing, my question was like, damn, if dog was racist, because you
Why would
tapped
I
in
be
with
here?
me.
I know
like, you tapped
come
in
on,
with me,
man.
and I'm like, why would he want to come on a black-owned platform, you know, and shit like that? That was one of my first questions. And then I'll tell you what I thought when I heard the audio that I heard. The first audio that I heard was the Ku Klux Klan shit or whatever.
That was like that. They played some funny. They sure did. Whoever did this, I just want to give them their props because they did a nice job trying to ruin me. You feel me? They put a little nice a Ku Klux Klan intro. They put something about the Ku Klux Klan.
All of
like,
this shit.
Get the fuck out of here. You feel me?
So,
What?
But what I heard in the song and all of that singing, what I thought was like
That wasn't my song. I don't know anything about
it's
that
not
song.
nobody's song.
Oh, yeah.
It was just somebody. It sounded like somebody maybe in a car.
And then
just
I saw an
saying some
image
wild
come.
shit.
Then I saw an image of me come up, and like, so they're cutting and pasting images. Like, why aren't they focused on their life and their career and their moves and shit? Why are they so worried about me? Like,
Right.
what did I do to them?
Right.
Might have fucked their bitch or something. I don't know.
Okay, so we addressed that. We got it out the way. There's no racism in you, bro.
At all.
That was a doctored situation.
For sure.
And all of that happened like that.
I'm glad
So-
we got it off. You know, I don't feel any type of way. I'm glad we got to address it because I want the truth to come out. I don't want somebody to feel some type of way. Like, I got an interview with bro coming up. He wants to ask me about it. Like,
Right.
Like, I don't even do interviews. You feel me?
Right.
And for anybody to ever think that is crazy.
And I think that it speaks volumes and is big of you to hit up these platforms,
And look,
especially on a local
and not to interrupt,
scale.
but I drove here 1 hour all the way from Seattle, not knowing you were going to ask me this tonight.
Facts.
You came out an hour ago and said that you wanted to ask me this. If this people run from things that aren't real, you feel me? So
Right.
if this was something that I was running from, I would have left. But I waited around for over an hour on the way out. I
Facts.
seen Chris Crazy. I known bro for a while. You feel me? Just through interactions over all the years.
Shout out
And
Chris
he's
Crazy.
the only reason I even really stayed. I was on my way out because I got my daughter at home. I got my buddy riding with me. You feel me? I'm a real guy. I'm not on no funny, weird shit. Like,
Right.
But I stayed just so you wouldn't have thought I left for that reason. I just wanted to get it out there and address the shit since you wanted to ask me.
Much love, and I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate you sticking around, staying. Shout out to Chris Crazy for getting you to stay up in here
He
and address this.
didn't know you was gonna ask me that. We didn't talk about.
And I didn't. I swear to you, on my life, I did not know until I was telling my mans.
It's
and
good.
My
It's
mans
water
told me
under the
was
bridge.
good.
Let's talk about these 45
let's-
albums and all this and these big shit.
So let's get that. We got that out the way. Now, let's get into this interview, man. Shout out to you for being here. Now, let the people know real quick what you got going on, what's new and grooving with DZ, and what they can expect in the 2024 Mamba year.
2024, shout out Mambo.
sure.
You feel me? Let's see, a whole bunch of shit coming out. I got a ton of albums coming out. What's new with me right now? I just dropped a brand new joint album with Jay Diggs. For those who aren't familiar with Jay Diggs, he's from the Bay Area. He's from Vallejo, California. He's under the Mac Dre, Thiz ENT umbrella and stuff. He's been doing his thing for a while. He's been a buddy of mine for years, coming to Seattle, getting in contact with me. And last year, we knocked down an album at Vitamin D's house in 2 nights. Stayed up all night and did the shit. 10 songs, put Rich the Factor on it a couple times. It's out on all platforms now. And I think that's my 43rd album.
Cooking.
Just cooking.
Okay, now it takes a minute to get to 43, right? So walk me back. When did you start the music journey? When did you get in and when did you start cooking?
Well, as far as the music journey goes, I think that, you know, with somebody like myself, there's something that's really like in me. It's just not on me, like how people be saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I only say that because I'm about to be 42 in August. I've been around for a minute.
God bless.
I've been getting rap music since it was on tape. And I've been going to Tower Records, and I've been standing there when it used to come out at midnight the night before on Tuesday. I used to be there Monday night at midnight getting all the parental advisory tapes and shit like that. Really like coming up with, I didn't grow up on Lil Uzi Vert and stuff like that. I grew up on NWA, you feel me? And I grew up on, you know, Ice Cube and Eazy-E and Snoop Dogg and all kinds of gangster rap, you feel me? So that's where it all kind of, you know, started, like, I feel like, you know, and then just over the years, Tupac is somebody who really inspired me. He was always my favorite artist, and he was kind of like a person who I looked up to, and was somebody that I wanted to be like as a kid coming up. You feel me? So I think a lot of people did. You feel me? That came up in that era.
Yeah.
So that probably transpired into just freestyling as a kid, just hanging out with my buddies. Maybe, I don't know, I went to a couple different high schools. One of the high schools, they used to have keggers. I don't know if they have that where you went, or you know, where they get a big kegger on tap and it's in a park.
Oh, like at the college parties and shit like that.
Yeah, and we used to do it in a park, like hella different parks all over Seattle.
Okay.
And everybody would get drunk. And I'm talking about at this time, it's a lot of white kids, you feel me? Just freestyling, getting drunk, having fun with it, you feel me? So it just started as freestyling, having fun, getting drunk.
And then it turns into
and then I had a buddy who was making beats, who had a clothing line, Tits, Two in the Shirt. Shout out Merrick. Merrick started making beats, and when I was in college in Arizona, called me and said, yo, I'm making beats now. Come through. I got a mic on Christmas break. Make like a little song or something where you freestyle on an instrumental, because I would never do that, you know? So now, boom, I'm freestyling, and then I'm meeting one guy, and one guy's introducing me to another guy, and now I'm in a bigger studio, and now somebody's calling saying, yo, Spice One's in town, and I'm like, I grew up, I love Spice One. Like, you want to do a song with him for a little bit of weed and 500 or something? You know, like, and shit just started elevating,
and
bro.
shit started going. Is it the messenger or the message?
I think it's the message.
The message?
Yeah.
I tend to agree with that too.
But oftentimes, by the time it gets to where it's going, the message has been changed. You know, it's like that little
pass it on
whisper in somebody's ear, and by the time it gets over there, it's a whole different story.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the time, man, as you know, culture, and we have people who are deep into their religious beliefs.
Yeah.
We have those type of religious icons that people identify with, as far as like having someone as the messenger, whether it be like Jesus, Muhammad, you know, Buddha, or whoever it may be. That's like more so the messenger, right?
Right.
But if we tap in, and if you kind of tap in,
I think they're all spreading the same message in a different way.
It's always the same message, underlining same message. It may be here, there, some different slightly changes, right?
Right.
That's cultural changes. But the underlying message overall is usually the same.
Right.
And that's when you find out how similar like different religions are. And it's like, damn, if you really kind of take away the aspect of somebody feeling like that's their set.
Yeah.
You know, I'm Christian, so that's my set, and fuck everybody else that ain't. You know what I mean? Some people take that aspect because they're diehard. Like, if you're not what I am, that's the wrong thing to be.
For sure.
Instead of understanding that it's just a different walk of life, somebody that they identify with that as that messenger, but the message a lot of the time is usually the same.
Sure.
Okay, to be loved or respected.
It's kind of, they go hand in hand. I think to be loved is to be respected. So maybe to be loved, because if you love a person, you respect a person. But also, if you respect a person, maybe you love a person. I don't know. Loved, I think, though, because of what I said first.
You take love? Okay, bet. Work for the system or create the system?
Create the system. We got to build our own to really make this shit happen, whatever you're doing.
Right.
Your own lane, your own business within that lane.
And make that bump and have everybody kind of be able to give opportunities outside of that.
But sometimes you got to work for another person to learn the business, and then you go and you do your own and implement what you learn from them or something, you know?
Okay, I can respect that. People or pets?
Man, I don't know. The way I am these days, I'd rather chill at home with my pet, you feel me, than be around all these weirdos.
Nah, respect it. Respect it,
There's a lot of weird-ass shit. I'd rather chill at home with my daughter and hang out with my cat than go out and be in a club with a bunch of fake love.
And not knowing who's on what type of time.
You feel me?
See the future or change the past?
I mean, I'm just kind of, I'm a futuristic guy, you feel me? And I kind of like am just in a tunnel moving forward, not even really worried about what's going on beside me or never really looking behind me. I'm shooting towards the future, but sometimes for situations like even the question you asked me, I wish I could go back in time and change certain things. And like you said, maybe you didn't know, maybe a person grew or wasn't the same person that they were. They never are.
Right.
With all this wisdom and aging and experience in situations, you feel me? And I said that to say this, that I would never even engage in that conversation on the phone. You feel me?
Right.
Like I remember when Facebook or when MySpace first came out or YouTube first came out, and somebody would leave a comment, I would go right back at them in the comments.
Right.
Or on YouTube, come on, bro, I never do that now.
Right.
I don't even respond to the hate. You feel me? So like if somebody calls me all angry and stuff, trying to get me all wound up, bro, I don't even answer the phone. I'll hang up.
Facts.
And just. So people do grow, you know what I'm saying? And I've grown and I've matured and a lot, and been through a lot, you feel me, to be where I'm standing today.
Read thoughts or speak to animals?
Say it again?
Read humans' thoughts.
Read human thoughts.
Or speak to animals.
I mean, I'd say read human thoughts because now you're one up on what everybody else is thinking.
Do you think it's a little intrusive or?
I mean, it is.
It's like fuck it.
But it's like a special power. If like you're giving me a special power, like then why would I care about being intrusive?
Fuck that. I need to know the thoughts.
Yeah, if that's the option.
Would it be crazy though if we could speak to animals and animals had the most crazy knowledge on Earth?
I mean, I feel like when I talk to my cat, he understands.
Listen, bro,
So
I find myself sometimes laying
People
up at
talk
night
to their animals
when
all the time.
I can't sleep, bro. I watch videos of like animal relationships, like the odd ones, and it blows my mind that they are communicating in such a fashion that they built a bond and all of this shit. It'd be like weird animals, a leopard and a dog. A badger and a fox. Like, nigga, what the fuck are you niggas communicating?
Right.
How are you doing this? You know?
They're different. They're like how they probably wonder that about us.
Definitely.
Hey, before we skip this, Northwest Whaling, this is my clothing brand. I got an Instagram, Northwest Whaling. I got hats, hoodies, t-shirts. This was the name of my 10th album. It had Rich the Factor on the song. He's always talking about whales. And I just ran with the concept and been making hoodies and hats and T-shirts, pressing them out the trunk. I've been selling CDs out the trunk. I'm from a different era, man.
Hey,
and I'm just trying
to
kind of like diversify my portfolio. You feel me? Like how you got this. This is part of your portfolio. You rap, you got podcasts, weed strand, clothing brand. You feel me? Just we're looking up to like Jigga and stuff, like
and trying to get
and
it.
Puffy, Sean John, Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying? The alcohols, all the you know.
Trying to get it. They say the average millionaire has about seven different incomes, Brody. So we got to get to this bread.
Hey, when it gets slow, go DoorDash or something.
Come on, man. We all have that trauma, right? So what are you doing to continue to balance yourself out, get your mental stability right, and kind of keep you on a balanced edge going through all of this?
Everything, just what? Just
like
everything in
what
general.
What are you doing?
I've been through more than
that.
I've been through more than just that video.
No. And I can imagine that you've been through more. So with everything that you've been through,
just in the last year, I got hit by the feds. My dad died, and I had a baby.
Jesus.
Just in the last, couple years. So, I mean, shit,
how are you staying sane?
I always been going through shit. My mom almost died. She had breast cancer and stuff.
Fuck breast cancer.
I've been going through a ton of shit my whole life. You feel me?
Right.
Being misunderstood a lot of the time.
Right. So what are you doing to stay grounded though? You in the gym? You smoking weed? Writing music?
Really, I'm in the lab every night. I've been treating this shit like a real job, 9 to 5.
Right.
You feel me? But my own hours, because I'm my own boss. You feel me? So that's why I got so many albums and so many songs. You feel me? And I just keep making music because it's just a part of what I do. At this point, it's therapeutic. It's like a sport. You know what I'm saying? It's a stress reliever.
Right.
It gets me away. It gets me in my zone. I like being creative. Like I've always been a writer. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's dope.
So I'm in the lab all the time. And my daughter takes up a lot of my time. And like I said, I haven't drank in 2 years.
Shout out to you, bro.
And I smoke a gang of weed. And I stay sucker free. And I stay away from all these weirdos who may trigger me or trick me out of my position in life. You feel me? Because I got guns and I'm not a bitch. So I'm not really ever worried about what anybody else ever do to me. I'm worried about what I do to them to take me away from getting money every day, and now take me back away from my daughter or my mom or someone who needs me. You feel me? So I just stick to my own self and do my own thing. You feel me?
Is there anything else that I may have missed that you want to touch on real quick?
Just got 45 albums out, and I got 10 more on the way with Am Pacino, Joe Blow, T Nutty, Juice, Rich the Factor, Messy Marv, some solo ones with a Nipsey Hussle feature, Snoop Dogg, Ice-T, just a bunch of big shit popping. You feel me? So
That's fire. So let the people know where they can find you and where they can look for the music and everything like that.
All the music's on YouTube. If you don't got no money and don't pay for anything, you could go listen to it for free. And then it's on Apple Music, and it's on Spotify, and it's on every single digital platform.
Right.
And I just go through TuneCore. If anybody's wondering, hey, how does DZ do it? I just go through TuneCore.com. I put out all my own albums. I plug them all in. I get all my royalties. It links up with my publishing, BMI. I had ASCAP. I switched to BMI. I got a YouTube channel that monetizes in, and I just get checks from TuneCore. You feel me? Anybody could do it. Like
I get a check from TuneCore too.
That's the game, how to do it right there, basically, you know, and yeah, all my music, and DZ206 is my YouTube channel. And I ain't put a video out in about a year, you feel me? I've been just kicking back, taking it just slow, you feel me? I've been having the baby, and then 9 months before that, my girl was pregnant. I was just getting ready for this fatherhood shit.
Right.
And it's the best hood, you feel me?
Facts.
It's changed me, you feel me?
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming down, man, sharing what you shared with us, you know, clearing certain things up, and then kind of giving us your rich history on what you've been doing out here, bro, and how long you've been rocking, bro. I do appreciate you waiting out. We didn't mean to take it that long, but we had to do a couple different things.
It's all good, bro.
But I do appreciate you being here, taking the time to sit down with me, man, and have this conversation, gang.
Those remind me of the old school Allen Iverson.
Factory.
Is that a remake?
Yeah. These are the second versions.
You remember
the
those
questions.
when we were?
I
the
have
questions,
a pair of those. The questions.
My
Facts.
guy, I appreciate you having me. It's always been love, man. Shout out Tacoma. Shout out Seattle. Shout out the whole Northwest, man. It's all love, man.
Come on, C-Town, Attack Town, and background, man.
Come on.
Hey, this is DZ. Shout out to you, man. I'm your host, Easthill Huey, and this is the Slept On Podcast.